Tshwane Gaming. It's never game over.
How's it, ninjas? Welcome and thank you for tuning in to Tshwane Gaming Podcast, the only podcast in South Africa dedicated to telling African gaming stories and interviewing African gaming influencers. I'm your host, Max Ntite, aka Tshwane Gamer, the founder and editor-in-chief of Tshwane Gaming. Today, I'm interviewing two esports champions from Johannesburg. These ninjas earned the respect of the local fighting game community by winning the Red Bull Hit the Streets fighting game tournament hosted at Bravado Gaming Studios in Joburg on September 26th, thus earning them tickets to compete at the Last Chance qualifiers in Las Vegas, USA later this month. So without further ado, allow me to introduce these deadly ninjas. One of these guests is 28-year-old Jabhi Mabuza, aka Jabhi M from Alex. This ninja is so deadly. He is the three-time Red Bull Hit the Streets champion. Yo! Jabhi M, thanks for joining episode 2 of Tshwane Gaming Podcast.
Thanks for having me. Thanks, man.
Now, you're a triple Street Fighter 5 winner and your squad, Goliath Gaming, just keeps on winning. Y'all are dominating the local esports scene. So what's your secret to success? Maybe performance enhancing e-drugs? Do you take steroids for gamers perhaps? Come on, fill us in on the secret.
I don't even know if those steroids even exist, eh? But yeah, me, I think it's just being passionate about it. So, and always thinking, knowing that you're not attribute. With fighting games, you're never attribute.
So there's no performance enhancing esports steroids. It's all practice and hard work.
I don't think that will even help me in fighting games, eh? Because strategy beats all.
Alright. And the other guest is 27-year-old Farouk Suleiman, aka DaxPt from Northcliffe. His story is that of a true underdog. In fact, he was the underdog lying beneath the underdog. Cause DaxPt came out of nowhere to win the Red Bull Hit the Streets Tekken 7 competition and claim a ticket to Vegas. Not only that, he took the title from reigning champ Iggy at Bravado HQ, his home turf. Ouch, nah. Dax, thanks for joining me, bro.
How's it going, man? Thanks for having me. Let's be on.
Now, do you feel remorse after inflicting so much damage and snatching the prize from Iggy, despite him having home ground advantage?
Remorse for rivals. Excuse me?
Yes, remorse. I mean, you took the prize from their home ground and you had the nerve, the audacity, the attitude to grab it from them on their home ground.
Oh man, I don't care who told me this. If that prize is mine, I'm taking it. Ain't nothing gonna stop.
At Dex, this guy says you came out of nowhere. Don't know that you've always been around. You just went into it.
They don't know, bro. I just didn't know of Red Bull Hit the Streets last year, so I didn't enter. But this year, I knew about it. But I've been around.
Oh, ouch. Man, I love the confidence, man. You guys, ninjas, don't you think these guys are cool? If you think these ninjas are cool, please write in the comment section, these ninjas are cool. But you know what else is cool? V-Host. Please allow me to explain. Are you trying to host a website for your business but don't know which web host to choose because there's so many of them? Or maybe you want to migrate to a new one because your current web host is charging you expensive rates? Well, chill out, my ninja, because V-Host is here for the rescue. V-Host is an IT company based in Arcadia, Pretoria that hosts our website TshwaneGaming.com for 25 Rand or $1.64 VAT included. Yes, TshwaneGaming.com only pays 25 Rand or $1.64 per month for hosting our website. That's boost cheap. If you want to host a .za website, vHost can do it for 34 Rand 99 or $2.30. You heard right again. There's no wax in your ears, ninja. A .za website for less than 35 Rand or $2.30 including VAT. Moreover, vHost uses renewable energy to run their systems, meaning they still operate even during load shedding at no extra cost to you. So what are you waiting for? If you'd like to utilize vHost's cheap and eco-friendly service, I have left a link to the website in the description or details of this podcast. Hey yo, Jabhi M.
Yeah.
Your trademark is making notes on your phone for each matchup you compete in. Can you tell us a few details about these mysterious notes? What are they about?
It's just notes on the matchup. How to approach this matchup. If it's a tournament like hit the street, then I have notes on the players themselves. Because with Street Fighter, there's a feature inside the game called CFF. You can literally just type any player's name. It's gonna show you their matches. It's gonna even show you what buttons they press. So you can just you can also turn on what they call frame data. It's gonna show you that here they were taking chances, or here you can interrupt, or here you can't take chances. In fighting games, anything goes.
You've also been seen using some interesting breathing techniques when fights get a little intense. So what kind of breathing techniques are these?
That was the first tournament I was incorporating that. So my team, Goliath Gaming, it's a requirement for us once a month to talk to coach/psychiatrist, something like that. It's a requirement to talk to him to let him know maybe what you're going through within the game, what you're thinking about, and then he'll give you pointers on the body. Now, not necessarily pointers on the game, but on the body. How or what to do in this situation. So we're talking about Pro Tour when I lost, and then he came up with the idea like, you know what, to avoid what happened there where you started now becoming in a battle with yourself, you put too much pressure on yourself. We're gonna start incorporating these breathing techniques. You'll start doing them during your casual and prepare them for hit the street. It was just something to always bring myself back to the neutral. Even if I lose around or what, so I can just calm myself down instantly within that round. And because in fighting games, if fighting, I can guarantee now the opponent can smell that you can.
Dax.
Yep.
Apparently, you were very cocky when you arrived at the competition, as though you knew you got this from the start. So what is it about your preparation that made you confident enough to know you're going to win this trip to Las Vegas?
Well, I wouldn't exactly say I was cocky. I was confident in my ability to take it. Preparation-wise, I didn't really have that much time to prepare this year. The new job has been keeping me quite busy, but I just knew going in that I know these players. I know what their play styles are. I've fought them many times in the past. I know what they're gonna go for. I know what they're gonna do, and I'm gonna capitalize on it.
Jabhi,
Yeah.
you're going to fly overseas to compete at the Red Bull Last Chance qualifiers in Las Vegas. But the first time you flew overseas was to compete in 2019 after winning your first Hit the Streets. Unfortunately, you didn't win any official match on your Japanese debut, if I'm correct. But did you learn anything from that experience that can help you proceed further when you go to Las Vegas?
When I was that side,
I
played a lot of offline. That was an unofficial match. I played the pro. They didn't go too bad. Even if I lost, it was probably like 5-2, 5-3. And stuff like that, On stream, I was just so nervous. When it came to the actual tournament, I was just nervous. But now I think I'm pretty prepared. I'm actually pretty confident this time around.
Just out of curiosity, why didn't you go in 2020? Was it due to the pandemic breaking out?
UK was not having anybody from other countries participate in the last chance qualifier. Only UK residents was allowed because of the pandemic.
Going from Alexandra, one of the poorest neighborhoods in Johannesburg, to Aichi in Japan, did you experience any culture shock?
It's a lot different, from besides just Alex, even in South Africa, it's a lot different because they are pretty strict on their rules. Like for example, if you're going up the stairs, you must always be on the left hand side because whoever's in a hurry can just go on the right hand side and start brushing down, and they just respect people's spacing like that. In terms of you can't even just cross the road anyhow. it doesn't matter where there's a car or not. You can't cross the road now. Where in here, even if people are crossing the highway. So those kind of things, those kind of things, they take it quite serious that side. But when I was outside, even though I was like the only black person, they did not give a damn. They were just minding their own business.
Yo, Dax.
Yep.
You seem to have a fundamental understanding of Tekken. When did you start playing the game?
So competitively, I started Tekken where on the release of Tekken 7, so about 4 years ago. But like if you take into consideration like from when my younger years, I started back in Tekken 3. I played Tekken 3, Tekken 5, Tekken 6, and then 7. I missed all the tags.
Any tournament you've competed in or won before hit the streets?
I mean, I won various tournaments for MGC over the last couple of years. I'm the winner of Zanzi League Season 2, multiple UGC tournaments, second place in TTS, lost to the Thailand player Friki, second place DNLE, amongst others. I've been around, bro.
Jabhi, you beat Billy D from Bravado Gaming to win Hit the Streets, but he beat you to secure a spot at the Capcom Pro Tour, the biggest Street Fighter V competition with millions of rands up for grabs. Has this created intense rivalry between Goliath Gaming and Bravado Gaming?
Yeah, honestly, I think in Capcom Pro Tour, if I was on the winner's side, I probably would have taken it.
Yeah.
But I got sent to lose it quite good, and that made my run, or made the work even harder. So when I eventually faced Billy D in grand finals, I had to beat him twice to see why he had winner's side advantage. So I beat him once, I reset the bracket, and then he came back and touched it out. And hit the street, because I was now in winner's side, I was pretty confident that there's no way they're going to reset the bracket and beat me at the same time. Because I got the first game, I got the first set that I can just a test and see how you're gonna play. I can easily just sacrifice the first game and say, you know what, whether I win or lose this game, it's fine. I can just get data from there, and then after the second game, I can take it from there. But I think they've always been rivals and full with each other.
Okay.
But that's just the nature of
when and where are the finals of the Capcom Pro Tour taking place?
Capcom Pro Tour will probably be next year Feb. So Billy will probably be flying out in Feb.
Okay.
They haven't announced which country it is, but he'll be flying out in Feb.
So when Street Fighter V launched in early 2016, many fans were complaining about it being unfinished and too broken because it was buggy, it had very limited content, character imbalances, amongst many other things. Do you think the Champion Edition has patched up these problems?
I think they patched up those problems with Arcade Edition. The development was ambitious. It wasn't necessarily, from what we heard, is that it wasn't necessarily 100% developed by them, by Capcom. Then only with Arcade Edition did they start in-house in the development. When you look at Champion Edition, they're now putting the most requested feature, which is, can you hear me? Yeah, okay, when you look at Championship Edition, you can see that, at that time they had already packaged it as now a full game, and they now, every DLC content that they released, they just said if you purchase Champion Edition, you get all of it for free.
Wow.
That was them saying like to the public, here's a full game, the one that you guys have always been wanting. Yeah. They even put in there the most requested feature was a defensive option. And V-Ship was introduced to the game. But in terms of the business model that we went for, I think that was a great plan. It's just that the only big problem was that game was unfinished. 2016 version of Street Fighter V, if Ken does a V-trigger activation from a crouch counter, you can consider yourself dead. Because there was no scaling on the hit. V-triggers didn't scale. So the damage was just insane. But obviously throughout the years, they managed to find the right balance with crash counters and V-triggers. Everybody complained about them when it came out, but doing balance patches twice a year helped that out.
Dax,
Yep.
Tekken X Street Fighter crossover has been met with a variety of mixed reviews. Simple question, do you think the game is dope or whack?
Hell no, dude. look at it this way, right? Street Fighter, everyone has anti-air. Second, they don't. The game is not designed to be fighting someone that's jumping the whole time. So all your moves are missing because he's in the sky.
Do you think crossovers work well for fighting games in general?
I think crossovers work well if you can find the balance between the strong options from the one game and then having defensive options in the other game to counter that, and vice versa. So, you can actually counterplay your opponent. Whereas, if you take Akuma in Tekken 7 for instance, right?
Yeah.
The fastest move in Tekken 7, generally not including Flash and like Charlie's back one or whatever, is 10 frames. Now, Akuma has a 10 frame big jab, which will kill you for like 90% of your health, just if he has bar. 10 frame move, the fastest move in the game, he'll massacre you with it. So like when he has bar, you have to kind of wait for him to use it before you can actually go in. He changes the whole game around. No more Tekken. It's wait for him to use the bar, then you play again.
Do you play for any gaming teams?
So I do have something about signing, but I can't say anything right now. Gotta wait for the announcement. Sorry, Jabhi, what did you say?
I'm saying guys are pushing here. You guys are making moves here. But it's good that FTC guys getting a chance to sign to big teams now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dax. Many Tekken fans complain that Akuma, a Street Fighter character guest featuring in Tekken 7, was badly broken when he first joined Tekken 7 because he was too buffed. Do you think Akuma was unfairly overpowered?
Honestly, like if they gave us the tools to deal with Akuma, like the anti-air, I think it would be alright. But because you're lacking the tools, I feel like he's overpowered. Because his Tekken 7 tools aren't that amazing, they average. But you don't play him as a Tekken character, so for a long time, most of the people thought he was kind of underpowered. Now that we got guys like Super Akuma and stuff like that coming out showing us how to play the character properly.
Yes.
We've got lots of people copying their playstyle, making hell for us down here in SA.
Leroy is one of the most controversial Tekken 7 DLCs because he was so ridiculously overpowered. Do you think he was too buffed, and did the nerfs fix him?
I don't think Leroy can ever be truly fixed. I think he needs a full rework because he has all the tools for every situation and all his tools are exceptionally good.
Yeah.
He was insanely broken at release, but the nerfs have helped, to bring him down a bit. But I mean, I still think he's extremely good.
Yeah.
I know lots of people disagree with this one. Personally, I feel Leroy actually an insane character. He has lots of long range moves, high damage, super good counter tools. And I mean, if you look back in the history of Tekken tournaments, there's never been a time where everyone is playing one character. Like if you look at some of the Mortal Kombat tournaments, let's look at 11, right? Everyone was playing Jackie for I don't know how long. I kind of stopped following the game afterwards. When Leroy got released, that was the first tournament ever where there were 6 Leroys in top 8.
Wow.
It was the most boring tournament ever to watch. But I like to win with honor. I can't get anyone who plays Leroy seriously.
Okay, ninjas, we are halfway through the interview, but before we get to the other half, we are going to hop into a very brief commercial break, so don't go anywhere.
Introducing Sqribble. Sqribble is the world's first point-and-click ebook creator that allows you to create beautiful professional ebooks and reports in minutes, not hours, days, or weeks. You'll never have to pull your hair out again. Just choose a template, fill it with content, and you're done. Just imagine, in minutes, being able to create highly engaging, professional ebooks to sell, or free reports to build your list, without hours of writing, coding, or designing, without spending thousands of dollars on freelancers, and without juggling tons of complicated software programs. Stunning ebooks that make jaws drop. There's nothing to install, and you don't need any technical skills. The process is so simple that even a child could do it. So don't wait. Click the button below to get instant access to Sqribble right now and create your next professional ebook, report, or white paper in minutes for more leads, sales, and profits.
And we are back from the ad break, which was promoting Sqribble, the world's #1 ebook creator. I totally recommend it because you can use it to design gaming artwork, comic books, graphic novels, or write gaming manuals fast. You can purchase it using the Sqribble link I've left in the description or detail section of this podcast. My gents, this is a question for both of you. For the first time this year, Red Bull hit the streets, bought over a wild card from Kenya to switch things up a bit, I guess. Unfortunately, she was blixemed by ninjas like Kalem from Goliath Gaming, and she was the first player to get knocked out. In future, do you think Red Bull should select wildcards based on popularity and marketing potential for branding, or should they be selected on pure talent alone, i.e. should there be a qualification process to become a wildcard?
I don't know. Honestly, I'm just sure with anything, you know.
Yeah?
Though I know some guys were never fully happy with the decision of not bringing her in, you know, but still at the same time I thought it was a good way to introduce Kenya into Red Bull hit the streets.
Dax?
I agree with Jabhi. Like for the first time, I think it was cool to, you know, bring based on popularity. I think if they do want to do it in the future though, they should have a qualification.
Yeah.
You know, just to make it fair for everyone. So it's not like, you know, you're popular so you're coming. It's more, okay, you know, won this qualifier and so you come over, take a shot at, you know, Red Bull the streets and see how you do. But I mean, for the first time, it was cool, I guess.
You guys were playing with PlayStation 5s at Hit the Streets 2021 this year. Compared to playing on PS4, did you guys experience any noticeable improvements?
Not actually, because I have a PS5. I got one at home, so I see it every day. Loading time, mostly. I really like the controller. I feel it's better than the PS4 controller. Pretty much the same though. There's no gameplay difference that you know.
Yeah.
The game's locked at 60 frames per second regardless. The graphics is locked, so yeah, it's mostly loading speed and controller.
Pretty much the same. Same with Dax, the loading speed and the game seems fast, right?
What about Xbox, guys? Why isn't there a specific division for Xbox gamers in fighting games like there is in FIFA tournaments?
Personally, for me, I'll go for it, John.
Yeah, most games are not, fighting games, they're not coming out on Xbox.
Yeah?
They're coming out on PlayStation and PC.
Hey, if Xbox wants a fighting division, they need to fix the controller, dude. Have you tried to play a fighting game on a controller? Try and wave dash on an Xbox controller. It's not happening. I can't deal with a D-pad.
Yeah, same here. I just don't play on Xbox. So.
Okay.
Yeah, for me, I don't even want to comment on that one.
I also noticed that all local South African players competing at pro level use controllers, but overseas, the Asian and American competitors seem to prefer using arcade sticks. Why is there such a difference in input hardware preferences between local and overseas players?
I wouldn't say all of us this side use controller. Like Callum, for instance, uses stick.
Yes.
Big Daddy Mike uses hitbox.
Yeah.
We do have some variations, though the majority of us do use controller. I think it's just more preference. Like overseas, lots of the people, they grew up, you know, in the arcade with the arcade sticks, hence the arcade era. Well, that was the arcade era. And now, because, you know, we're kind of moving on, lots more people are becoming controller players. Like even overseas, lots of the younger players are controller. It's just what you grew up with. It's just preference.
Definitely just preference. It's not like necessarily like one will give you the edge over the other. Even in Street Fighter scene, I know a lot of people are on stick. People just go with what they prefer. It just happens that most of the players that are in Hit the Streets were controller.
So I do think that hitbox could give you slight advantage.
Yeah.
Just, you know, the fact that you double inputs and stuff like that. Some people call it a cheat box.
Depends on which game, you know, because Street Fighter 5, how they designed it, if you do multiple inputs, the character resets to neutral.
Okay.
So the game just puts the character in the stance, so you can't do it. You have to commit to one decision. So you can't do. It's what they were specifically focusing on with Street Fighter 5, which was removing option selects. That is like 3 options. They're doing 3 inputs, and then it covers 3 options. You know, so they just shut that out, so that okay. The first input will come out. If it's multiple inputs at the same time, then it just stands still.
Wow. What do you expect to see on the day 1 release of Street Fighter 6 and Tekken 8?
So on my side, one of the main things that I'm tired about in Tekken 7 is the amount of characters.
Yeah.
Like Tekken, there's so many characters with so much move. It's kind of difficult to keep track of it all.
Yeah?
So Tekken 8, I'm looking forward to a reduced roster. First of all, no new weird characters like Lucky Chloe. Hopefully she's out. There's quite a few characters that I'd like to pull from Tekken 7.
Jabhi,
I don't know, I don't necessarily have much expectations for Part 6, but I am looking forward to the game.
any advice to aspiring gamers who want to follow in your footsteps?
Get in the practice, watch the videos, read the forums.
Yeah.
Make yourself known in the community. You learn a lot from other players, especially if you actually participate in the tournaments. That's where you learn the most. I mean, casuals is one thing, but in the tournament setting, that's where you learn. Like, always watch your games back. Whether you win or lose, watch your games back, pick out the mistakes. Always watch. Well, I mean, I can't deny though. Also, watching your victories before a tournament hypes you up. Like, yeah, bro, I'm the shit.
Yo, my ninjas, those are all of my questions. This was a really fun interview. I really enjoyed it. And I just want to thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, sure, brother. Yeah, thanks for having me.
For sure. Alright, check it.
Away. And that concludes episode 2 of Tshwane Gaming Podcast. If you listen until the end, I really appreciate. I'd also appreciate if you followed or liked Tshwane Gaming on social media. We are on Instagram, Telegram, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. Better yet, please visit our website, TshwaneGaming.com, and subscribe to our monthly newsletter called Tshwane Gaming Magazine, which will give you a recap of stories you might have missed and ninja deals on gaming merch. Look out for episode 3 coming out in December. But until then, it's never game over.